But it looks like the card they're planning for December 14th is Chavez Jr., Daniel Jacobs as the co-main with the main event of Estrada, Yafai. Rob, thoughts on that card if it materializes?
Yeah, I don't mind it. I know Chavez is somewhat considered a bit of a joke now in the boxing world, but it's a name for Jacobs to, get going on the 168-pound division, or whether this is a certain catch weight, but that's the plan for Jacobs, I believe, unless there's a huge fight can come up at 160 again and he can do the weight. But I'm more Estrada Yafai, to be honest. I like that. A long time coming as far as Yafai having a big fight. I say big fight, but within the division, that maybe a lot of people aren't so hyped on, or tuned into. But that's a good fight. That's a big fight. So yeah, I'm down for that. That's all sort of fine by me. But yeah, I understand Chavez kind of. Apparently, he's leaning towards that more than there was another fight offered.
Caleb Plant was
Plant. That's right. I guess the money must be a better offer because.
Well, I mean, just beside that point, I mean, let's be honest. As just from a from a fan perspective, Caleb Plant Chavez Jr. makes 0 sense, and it's purely an attempt to get Plant some name value off of Chavez Jr.'s name, right? Which I don't knock that, but I don't want to see that. Like, as a fan of Caleb Plant, the David Benavidez unification needs to be the priority right now. The Chavez fight would be a distraction. But for Jacobs, he's moving up a weight class. He's coming off a loss. It makes sense for him to take a kind of a tune-up fight in Chavez, because that's what it would be in my mind. It just so happens in this case that Chavez is a giant name with the giant sort of history with his name, with his dad, that it adds some value to the card and to a Jacobs resume. But from a pure sporting perspective, from a competitive standpoint and from a ranking standpoint, Jacobs Chavez makes sense. Plant Chavez makes no sense at all right now.
No. I mean, it makes sense for DAZN as well because of the Mexican following.
Of course.
We assume there's quite a lot of Mexican subscribers over on DAZN purely off Canelo. So, it's another something for, for that sort of, group of fans to tune into. I don't know quite how they feel about Chavez. I mean, when his own dad would rather have Canelo as his son than his actual son, that's a bit, but damn.
And Rabisky saying 33 people watching. We need 33 thumbs up. That's right. Hit that thumbs up. Do it.
I had a look at the analytics, Matt. Not enough people are clicking that notifications bell. They're not knowing we're going live. So, people watching back, make sure you click that notifications bell so when we occasionally arrive on time and do a show. That was for Gary because he seems to think I'm never here on time.
Rabisky saying Plant versus Benavidez. We'll see who's the best. We'll add in the division. Agreed.
Let me quickly.
The winner of that fight will be number 1. Sorry, Callum Smith.
Let me quickly look at Caleb Plant. 21 hours ago, Caleb Plant, little video of him doing some pad work. I know the next when, where.
I saw that. You're right.
So he knows who he's fighting, when and where. But I guess news to come.
I'm expecting it's going to be. I mean, if we're lucky, it'd be like an Andre Durrell, right? Like, best case scenario right now, because Benavidez is currently fighting Anthony Durrell on the Spence Porter undercard. There's no way I think he would know the date and name and all that before that fight's made and done with, obviously. And they need a relatively big PBC name after Mike Lee because no one cared about Mike Lee. Andre Durrell sort of fits that billing. And on top of that, you sort of wait and buy your time for the Benavidez Durrell winner. Callum Smith, though, I know he doesn't have a fight lined up, but I mean, let's be honest, that's like wishing upon a star right now that would be the fight all of a sudden. But I will say this: Eddie Hearn and Al Heyman, Tim Smith, anyone listening right now, that shouldn't be a thing that we scoff at. That two guys that are, currently undefeated, current champs in the division, neither guy has a fight scheduled. Why are there no talks happening? Why are there no negotiations? Or why are there no offers being sent? It's the same. It's the same thing with Jamal Charlo and Demetrius Andrade. Like, this situation shouldn't be the norm, but it is. Just pointing that out there.
Yeah, I mean, I believe they're looking at getting or attempting to get Callum Smith out in November in Liverpool, and it possibly could be Ryder.
That's what they're talking about. Yeah.
Is mandatory out the way. So I don't know, or maybe some miracle we are getting a unification with Plant, but I very much highly doubt it. But yeah.
Oh god, that was good. Matthew D'Souza saying, does Yildirim fight the Benavidez Darrell winner? I hope not. Moving
in that he didn't like appeal the decision, and I think he's got he might be in the Dillian White realm at the moment of you're number one, but you're not guaranteed anything at the moment. But he he was along with it seemed to happen in a few weeks that a bunch of fighters were taking the trip down to Mexico to visit Mauricio and pleading their case, and he kind of got okay, Sonny, we'll see what we can do for you, and things were settled there.